Hi everyone, welcome back. It's my AK Swedish Whiskey Girl. Today we are back with a Lowlands whiskey. And of course, if you've seen these pouches before, if you've seen the channel, these are from Whiskey Me, a subscription service, not an ad or anything, but I get them every month and I think it's a bit of fun just to get a good dram. And I don't tend to drink them out of the little pouches, but I know some people have. Yeah, no, it just doesn't feel right for me. And as always, if someone wants to sign up, I'll put my referral code somewhere on the screen because I can't remember it. But yes, this here is the Glasgow Distillery, so 1770 Peated number 2, bottled at 46% ABV. It's a single malt Scotch whisky from the Lowlands. As you can probably tell, the Glasgow Distillery is located in Glasgow and based the name on the old distillery, which was founded in 1770, I believe, which is also called the Glasgow Distillery. Hopefully, when things open up again, we might be able to go visit them, but for now, we'll just sip whiskey. And this expression is peated with the, I think, peat from the Highlands, and it has been matured in virgin oak, and Pedro Jimenez sherry is the finish. Now you can see it's quite dark. So yeah, let's have a little look. Oh, and I almost forgot to say, this whiskey retails at around £49, I believe. I think I have tried expressions from Glasgow before, the 2019 release that they so kindly sent me. And in a bar I tried the other peated expression. Thought it was lovely. So yeah, excited to see. I'm guessing this is going to have a sherry influence that is quite pronounced, but let's have a look. Don't let your eyes fool you. Quite elegant, not overpowering in any way, but just quite more fresh than I thought it was going to be. Definitely has this kind of dark wine cellar note to it. There's a hint of smoke, but the smoke is very, I want to say a candy smoke, because it's almost like it's wine gums and then smoke, but the smoke isn't charcoaly or coastal. The smoke just rests like fog on top of like the wine gums, if that makes sense. Because usually smoke, I can feel it like all the way down, but this one is just like on top. It's still quite sweet, quite fruity. Like pears and oranges, I'd probably say, which is not what I was expecting. But let's have a little sip. Sláinte Skål. The peat comes out on the palate. This almost reminds me a bit of the Scala Sag, which also has this kind of darkness to it. Still quite fresh. The peat now is still very, very fresh and light, but it has a bitterness and a charcoal essence to it that makes it darker. I think often if a smoke has a hint of kind of a coastal note to it, then for me it tends to be a little bit more green or blue or grey. This smoke feels purple, like a royal purple to me. I would say the fruitiness is still there underneath. So initially you taste the fruits and then quickly the smoke kicks in. And even though the smoke is light, this kind of slightly, it's not overly bitter, but it's just a touch of bitterness and charcoal that grabs onto your tongue and kind of pulls the smoke down in a way. It has a bit of a thickness to it. And there's a woodiness that kind of covers your palate, primarily on the roof of your mouth. It is quite light, but quite coating. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like the sensation is quite thick, but elegant and quite velvety, and also, yeah, so that's the sensation, but the flavors are quite light, which I really enjoy, actually. I was a little bit scared that this was going to be a lot of peat and a lot of sherry, because I just feel like for my mood today, that would be a little bit too much. But this is a great balance. I don't really taste any specific sherry flavors, but I do feel like the sherry probably has a bit of a little bit of spice to the sensation of it, and maybe the woodiness. But I have no idea how long this has been in those Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. But yeah, I think this is lovely. I didn't know what to expect. I think the old peated one I tried was more like towards an Islay, but this is kind of its own thing. Elegant and light, but with a nice sensation. This is actually perfect for my mood right now. It's I thought this was quite delicious. This is probably my favourite dram from the Glasgow Distillery. At least so far. The smoke is enough, and I like that it kind of grabs onto your tongue and just holds it there. And then the fruitiness and the sensation, which makes it feel quite juicy and fresh, without doesn't really feel youthful. I'm impressed. I really like this. I don't know what else to say. But yeah. It's more elegant and fresh than rich and dense, I would probably say, even though I did use those words to describe it. But it's just as a sensation of it isn't very... If you try the other maybe Highland malts around 10, 12 years old that are bourbon cask, they can feel quite light and a little bit malty, and a completely different sensation to this. This is definitely a heavier sensation, but the velvetiness and it just makes it flow really nicely, even though the flavors, and I know that can sound a bit weird that the flavors are quite light, but I still think there's layers to it with that fresh fruitiness, the juiciness, the charcoal. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense that I would like it now that I've described it, because I do like a bit of charcoal and bonfire smoke. I like when it's quite fresh and juicy. I like the fruits coming through. I don't like too much woodiness or bitterness, but I do want those elements in there. Yeah. This might potentially be in the run of being the best dram of January. But who will see? I mean, yeah. I'm always curious to see what distillers are going to do in the future, and for now I'll be sipping this. And I mean, thanks to Whiskey Me for sending out these pouches every week, or every month, sorry. This was, well, yeah, a very happy discovery. And of course, if you like this video, I'd be very happy if you consider, I can't speak, I've had too many drams, leaving a like or perhaps subscribing if you haven't already. And I'd be so happy if you would consider using my affiliate links the next time you're shopping with either Master Malt, the Whisky Exchange, or the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. Those links are in the description here below. And before I leave you for this time, I also want to say a massive thank you to my wonderful supporters on Patreon. It's great to have you with me on my whiskey journey. But as always, I hope you've had an absolutely wonderful day. Sláinte Skål.